Hello and welcome to week 11 of the YouTube Pagan Challenge. The question for this week is, what does the sun mean to you? The sun, our big, glorious ball of fire. What does it mean to me? Well, let's just start from the beginning, since, I had very strong feelings about the sun when I moved to Arizona when I was little. And I will continue to have my opinions about the sun have changed over time, but if I'm going to explain this, I'm going to start from the very beginning. And so when we moved here, everyone was mean to me all the time. It was just, I had no friends, sort of thing. Like, I got here and I wouldn't have any friends, and then we'd move again in Arizona to another Arizona place, and then I'd have no friends again. In fact, I never even made friends because people were just mean to me all the time, and I would try to make friends, and I think I had like one friend when I moved here, Kaylee Walker. I haven't seen her since I moved, but she was super awesome and like my best friend, but that was like way back when, and so I have no idea what's going on in her life or anything, and so, or any way of contacting her. But the thing is, everyone was constantly mean to me, and I had never experienced bullying until this point. Until I moved to Arizona. Like, I had experienced betrayal because when I was in kindergarten, I had lost all of my friends because they no longer they no longer wanted to play Powerpuff Girls, and I was the third extra person that just didn't really matter as much as the other two. So I lost both of them because they stopped playing Powerpuff Girls and they didn't need a third person anymore. So Talia and Heather were no longer my friends. And then I started hanging out with this guy that was trying to set the school on fire. We never succeeded at doing that. But that didn't stop us from trying when we were that little in first grade. That was my entire year. But the thing was, I had experienced betrayal before, but I'd never experienced bullying until I got to the second grade where I was in Arizona. And I was so sure that the reason that all of these kids were mean to me was because the sun was constantly burning down on them because it's so hot here. The sun heats up our planet, and I thought it was boiling their minds, and that everyone who lives here is slowly but surely deteriorating into insanity. Or at least that's how I originally viewed the sun, as this horrible thing that absolutely destroyed people, and I believed it contaminated my brother after a few years of living here. It was a very, very strong and emotional time for me. Actually, pretty much after I moved to Arizona, my entire life became an emotional mess. I think it didn't ever really stop being an emotional mess. So I'm pretty sure that Arizona is like, no, in regards to that. But eventually, like, once I was in the 4th grade, I believe, we went to this play where there was Sister Rain and Mother Nature and Brother Sun, or at least I think so, and it was just really interesting play, and I really loved Sister Rain because I really connected with her, and how everyone just seems to run away and not really want to be around her. But I really connected with Sister Rain, and Brother Sun was like this also really nice character. Like, all of the characters were really sweet, other than the humans. The humans were really evil, but the sun was actually a really sweet character too, and I kind of was like, okay, maybe it's not the sun that's causing everyone to be horrible assholes to me. And so I stopped blaming the sun and hating it. Well, it was still hot. The sun has always been so hot. I actually started appreciating the seasons though during elementary school, like late elementary school, because I realized that it's the sun's fault that we have seasons, and I actually really like seasons. And I find snow to be wonderful, but it doesn't happen here in the area of Arizona that I live in. In fact, most of Arizona. I live in Maricopa, so it's kind of like yeah. So I started appreciating the seasons, and I'm grateful to the sun because of the seasons, and I really like the fact that we have seasons, because all of the different things that happen in Michigan and New York and all North Carolina and every other place that I've been to that is not Arizona pretty much has all these beautiful, glorious seasons where the entire world just changes before your eyes, and I absolutely love that, and I really enjoy how the sun does affect the world in the way that it does. It's one of the best things in the world to have seasons, in my opinion. And then I'd say another thing that I really associated with the sun a lot was happiness after that, because it was kind of like late 4th, 5th grade. Like, I associated with happiness before I moved to Arizona as well, because the sun was this happy, bright person. Like, it had a persona, and it would always have this beautiful, glorious smile. And everyone always drew the sunshine with smiles. And it was, like, really cool, because the sun was this outgoing character. And a very happy, empowering, outgoing character that just went through the world. And I feel like Arizona is, like, one of those dark places. Like, if the sun had to do shadow work, Arizona would be its pain. Like, that's how I feel, like, in regards to this persona that exists for the sun and the different areas of the earth. And I realize that a lot of this is childhood things, but a lot of how I feel about the sun has stemmed from my childhood memories. And then, like, I always draw the sun as this happy being, unless, of course, unless I'm upset and I'm drawing really upsetting, morbid things, which point everything's frowning and it has this, or like it has the evil eyes and the creepy smile. Like, I always love drawing things with that, including the sun. But artistically, the sun is a lot of fun to draw as well, because the sun is a challenge. It's this bright, freaking huge dot in the sky. If you're gonna do it realistically, you can't do the circle with the lines. It's just not like that at all. And so, like, depending on what medium you're using, the sun is, like, so difficult to do. It's like an artist's challenge. And I also realized that this is YouTube Pagan challenge, and this is supposed to be a spiritual question, so I will get to that part, because my spirituality, I didn't really have a spirituality or religion until this summer after my freshman year of high school. And that was, I explained all of that in previous YouTube Pagan Challenge videos. But once I found Wicca, I actually did start viewing the sun in the way of the mythology that Wicca holds, and started associating it with the god. Before then, in middle school, I actually did view the sun, the moon, and the earth as, like, dancing together. So, like, the sun was always a boy for some reason in my mind, and the earth was a girl, but the moon would change, genders. Like, I would be saying that the moon danced with the earth, and since the earth is a girl, that made the moon a boy. But then I'd also say that the moon is a girl because the sun is the boy, and those are the two things in the sky. And that would be my logic, because I automatically connected this is how it's supposed to be, whether or not it's actually how it's supposed to be, because I actually am bisexual, and attracted to both males and females. So it was mostly a societal thing that caused me to view it as necessary for the dancing partners to be opposite genders and for the objects in the sky to be opposite genders, which was actually kind of interesting to look back at and see where I was in my life. I actually wasn't sexually attracted to people until let's see, sophomore year. Actually, I did not start being sexually attracted to anybody until my sophomore year of high school. So middle school, it wasn't even based off of my own sexual attractions because I was just basing it off of what society told me, because I wasn't sexually attracted to anyone until my sophomore year of high school. So it was kind of a thing. I didn't understand why people had boyfriends, but I was willing to have them because I didn't really care about them, which is kind of sad to say. But moving forward with that, I realize this is a very jumbled video, but Wicca, I joined Wicca the summer after my freshman year of high school, and I did start associating with the sun in the same way that most Wiccans associate with the sun. And I actually am very grateful that it's sunny out a lot of the time here, because that means that I can do a lot of my rituals outside, and that actually does make me very happy. I do view the sun as a symbol of the god. He's always been a boy in my mind. In the play, he was the brother. In the mythology, he is both the son and the father. In my general mind of dancing partners and objects in the sky, he is always a boy. And he's never not been a boy. So the sun has always been male for some reason. I don't know why. I'm kind of wondering what I would view a female persona of the sun like. But I don't know. I've always just viewed the sun as male, which is kind of interesting. And it kind of does affect how the desert landscape is around here, because the sun is very concentrated in this area. It's all built up and kind of like, it causes everything to kind of die. So the only reason that lots of plants are around here is because humans keep putting way more water than we actually get from the rain here. And so like the sun is like this very prominent sky feature because it's always there. It's always blue skies and the sun. And the desert is something that I do greatly associate with the sun, because when I'm in Michigan, I'm just focusing on the trees. The sun isn't even in my mind most of the time, and it could be any other sort of thing. It could be a bright sunny day out and I wouldn't even notice or care, because it's like it's colder there, and it's like I'm just enjoying the nature there. But here the sun is a prominent part of nature in Arizona. Like, it's a definitive defining factor that makes nature so freaking dead looking. Although I did find some really cool nature around here. That's like, I found some of the natural nature around here, and that looks so weird. So I'm just saying, I actually do really like the nature around here, and it's heavily associated with the sun for me. So I think that this is what I'm gonna end at with what does the sun mean to me, because I know it's a jumbled mess, but I don't really have any sort of defining storyline that goes for the sun, or any sort of defining feeling other than the sun is a very glorious thing, and it makes and I love the fact that there's less of it in the winter, because it makes it so that we can have nice, cool winters where everyone can be outside easier and not have to deal with the ever persistent sunshine that makes everyone stay indoors in the summer. Because it's really frickin' hot. I'm actually pretty sure that's partially the mountain's faults. But, you know, that's just nature. So I've been connecting with Arizona a lot more as time has gone on. I forgave the sun a long time ago, so I'm excited to know how the sun affects me over my lifetime, considering the sun has had such a great effect on my life, and I've had such strong feelings about it in the past, and now it's just such a natural part of my life. I actually really enjoy laying in the sunshine like a cat whenever it shines through the window. I know I'm weird. I will lay with the cats in the sunshine, and that's actually one of my favorite things to do. Or I bring my blankets outside and lay on top of them and just enjoy the sun underneath a tree because I want shade. But it feels warm on my skin, and if I'm freezing, which I'm always freezing for some reason, I don't know why I'm so cold, the sun is really nice because I can just go outside and feel the heat of the sun on my body, and it's such a nice feeling. I love the sun. I really love the sun. So I'm ending this here. I know it's a mess of jumbled thoughts, but I already said that. So like, I hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube Pagan challenge. I know it's a little weird, but quite frankly, my mind is going in crazy places lately, and I think it's particularly exciting that I finally am moving forward with this challenge. So hopefully I'll be able to do more of these videos, and till next time, blessed be. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to watch either of my other videos that I have sitting on the screen, or just go to my channel page and watch whatever you want. I love it when you guys watch my videos. It makes me very happy.